Hello and welcome back. It's now Sunday, June 8th. I'm out here at the ranch doing some fencing and a little bit of maintenance out in Spring Point, Alberta. And things are looking pretty dry and hot out here, I'll tell you. So let's take a look, see what's going on. This right here is my best dugout that is usually spring fed. And as you can see, it's in pretty rough shape. I have absolutely no water in this dugout at all. And you can just see the condition of my grazeland on the other side. We are very, very dry out here. This is about my last dugout that has water in it, and it's only got about 12 inches, which really would not last very long. So definitely my carrying capacity is severely depleted this year, and I won't be able to graze many animals. Here's a better look at my grassland and grazeland. You can see, like, this has not been grazed yet this spring, but you can see how terrible of a condition all the grass is in here. It's pretty much, I mean, we're early June. A lot of this grass is already gone into dormancy before it has done anything at all. Just absolutely dust conditions. That's my hayfield that you see way over there. That's a sandfoin grass hayfield, and so far it doesn't look like it's going to be worth swathing at all. Here you can see the state of the hayfield. You can see, like, the brome grass and stuff is trying. Some of the sandfoin is trying, but it's just, there's just not enough moisture. Some of the brome grass is starting to head out already, and it's just, I mean, it's not even knee high. Kind of a little heartbreaking to spend money on fertilizer and then it just never rains. Well, it is now June 9th and it is a windy and warm morning. The crop is looking pretty good, although we are seeing some signs of stress from drought and lack of moisture. Although, according to the forecast, that is going to change as this week goes on. It looks like Wednesday-ish it's supposed to start raining, and it's basically a week of rain in the forecast. So we'll see what happens. It would sure be exciting to get some decent rain for a change. It's been a lot of years since we've had that. Well, this dryland barley is looking not too bad. We are starting to see a little bit of flag leaf emergence on this barley, and in the next week or two, we're going to be hitting boot stage. And, you know, things are coming along okay. There's definitely some signs of stress in here. We definitely need some more moisture. This barley is not going to be super tall because it just didn't have the moisture to get very tall. The smell of 2,4-D is in the air today with the forecast looking the way it is for the rest of the week. Lots of guys are pushing their boundaries with the wind today. I mean, I can see, you know, a good mile or so out this way. I didn't see any sprayers running, but man, I can sure smell the 2,4-D, so somebody's pushing their luck. Lack of rain is really starting to have an effect on a lot of our crops. When you're driving down the highway, they all look not too bad, but then when you walk in and you start looking down the rows, you realize just how much our growth has really been stunted. So these peas, for example, they are still looking healthy and they're doing okay, but they're pretty short and thin compared to what they should be. And really, we're only about 2 nodes away. Yeah, about 2 nodes away from bud timing. So probably about a week, we're going to be starting to push out our first buds. If we don't get any rain, I don't think we'll be doing much for fungicide or anything like that on any of these peas on dry land. Definitely some shifting weather today. The wind was out of the west to start with today, but it has now changed to the north, probably gusting to about 60 kilometers an hour. We got smoke blowing in, and yeah, it's currently 32 degrees and sunny, so definitely a very warm day today and starting to see lots of stress in the crop already. Well, you can see that here we have an inadvertent control strip. You can see this pivot was not moved during herbicide application, so we have basically 0 weed control underneath the pivot, whereas just to the side you can see where Liberty and Centurion was applied in this canola, and looks like we're going to have some pretty good weed control, judging by the color. Well, I just pulled up to this field of oats that got sprayed with Enforcer M just a couple days ago and was a little shocked at the condition of the outside round. You can see the oats here have been smoked pretty good, and it's not looking particularly great, but as soon as you move in off the headland, the second pass around looks perfectly fine. So what's going on? Well, it had to be something. So after a little bit of digging, turns out the operator had been doing basically some chem follow before this, and had done some glyphosate and Insight on a 80-acre patch of ground that was absolutely chock full of downy brome. Says he triple rinsed with finish afterwards before coming in here with the Enforcer M. But you can just see that group 14 damage on these oats. So definitely there was still some hang up in there somewhere. So hopefully if we get some rain on this, it's going to recover. But right now it's not looking great. This field of lentils is looking pretty good. The lentils themselves developing pretty well, but like everything else, they could use a bit of water, but they are quite healthy and looking pretty decent right now. You can see this field, we do have lots of volunteer cereals as well as wild oats, and there's some pretty thick patches of it. So right here, I'm kind of on the edge of a patch. You can see all this area here, kind of this yellowy appearance to the field here, and that is all grassy weeds that have been sprayed. So as those die down and the lentils take over, hopefully the field will start to look a little more of a healthy green. This fall triticale on dryland is really starting to show the stress. It is in flower, but as you can see, it's rapidly blasting off those lower leaves and senescing those off as it tries to conserve moisture. Not looking very good, not compared to the irrigation anyways. Onto the pivot, you can see the difference is pretty stark. It's twice as high. Definitely a lot better health. There's no yellowing, there's no stress on the lower leaves. Things are looking pretty good in comparison here. Should be some pretty good quality feed in here. Well, look at that. A few of my giant sunflowers actually emerged at this pivot point, so we are going to see some giant sunflowers after all. Smoke level has definitely been increasing this week, but this morning it is at a whole other level. In some places here this morning, visibility less than a mile, so getting pretty thick. You can definitely smell the barbecue in the air, although I don't want to complain about it too much because, I mean, the evacuations in some areas like Manitoba, or what is it, 21,000 people are evacuated, so I would much rather deal with a bit of smoke in the air than have to deal with that. Here we have a really nice looking dryland pea field, a little bit of moisture overnight, just enough to get the surface of the ground a little bit wet and a little bit of the foliage to be wet, but as soon as you scrape it aside, you see we're still dry down at the bottom there. So we are starting to flower in here, so we're going to come in here with fungicide right away. This is a pretty nice looking field all in all, so we're going to protect it with a fungicide and probably hit it with a product like Flexi from Earthstrong as well. Well, we are now managing to actually get a little bit of a rain. There's a bit of a drizzle coming down, and if this keeps up for a couple hours, we might end up getting 1/4 of an inch, which is certainly better than nothing. Here, I'm taking a look at some barley that's got sprayed here last week with some oxbow. Things are looking pretty good, but there's definitely a little bit of stress in the dryland corners. Well, the rain is all gone now, and the clouds are clearing off. I think, depending on the area, we probably got about 1/4 of an inch. This field is a little muddier than average, just because it was just under a side roll, so she's good and wet. But your average field, we got the dust down for at least a day, but we'll see what else happens. Well, it's amazing how fast some of this dryland canola has pushed itself in the last week. Last week, this field was mostly, like 4-leaf stage, and now it is pretty much cabbaged out, and we're even starting to see a few buds. So we're just starting to come into the bolting stage here. I am seeing a little bit of lygus bugs already in these buds, so that's not a good sign to be seeing lygus bugs like that this early in the season. This time of the year, we should be watching more for cabbage seed pod weevil. There is one down in this bud down in here. This crop is not really big enough yet to get in and do any sweeping. We need it to be a little bit taller so I can sweep to get insect counts. But I bet you by next week it will be tall enough to start sweeping. Well, as we get more experience with Talonor this year, one of the things that I actually really do appreciate about Talonor is when you spray it on a barley field, especially with axial, and you have any wild oats or anything in there, makes it really easy to see them because it really blasts that chlorophyll out of the leaves on them and makes them quite starkly visible. It doesn't really kill them or have any activity on them, but sure makes them visible for a limited time. So because of that, you can really see where we have some thick patches here where the axial is not going to control the wild oats, but you can still see the damage from the Talonor. So this sticks out pretty well. Well, it's been a wild week with hopes and dreams being dashed by the weather forecaster, amongst other things. Lots of herbicide stress showing up in the last week or so from the last 2 weeks of wild weather, with some rather spicy herbicide mixtures being sprayed in some overly sunny or hot conditions. So seeing a lot of crop damage out there, but hopefully things will improve. I think we're kind of over the hump now. I think a lot of herbicide season is done, and in the next week or so, we're really going to be transitioning more into that fungicide and insecticide timing as we continue to watch for bug problems in canola. So we'll see you next week.